What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Space Engineers Inspiration series. We're starting things off today with the Frozen Lake. Now, this is a purely civilian ship, I believe, if the description is accurate. And it's actually a really neat kind of design. It reminds me a little bit, just a little bit, of like the Slave One from like the Boba Fett ship from Star Wars. Also, I will admit, full disclosure, when I first saw this on the thumbnail, I really wasn't sure if it was a weapon mod, because it almost looked like a plasma cutter from Dead Space. I think that's what they're called. It's the primary tool thing you use through the whole game. But yeah, it's actually a really neat, very uniquely designed ship. Now, it has a couple of script things. Actually, it has a lot of scripts on it. However, a couple of them, I think, if I read the description correctly, it's actually recommended if you leave them off, because they do weird things. I think. I could be wrong. So I don't know how much of the scripts I'm going to mess with too much, and if I do, it might break things. But I do have block damage and stuff like that off, so I don't know if it will or not. Also looks like there's a little bit of an issue with the LCD panels right there, but they work on this side, though, so that's the designator for the ship. Also, one really quick thing that I wanted to bring up while I kind of look around this ship, and I think that's the main door, is that we actually broke 10,000 subscribers today, or rather yesterday, the day I was recording this, but the day after. No. Yeah, day before when you're watching this. Words are hard. So that's a really big, like, shout out type thing. Like, thank you guys so very much for continuing to support and grow the channel and stuff. I think that's really cool. I was actually thinking I had more time. It kind of spiked a little bit, the growth rate there. I was kind of thinking I'd have a little bit more time to come up with what I wanted to do for a 10,000 sub special. I'm thinking a live stream of some form. Whoa, what the, what? Oh my, what is this and how do I replicate it? Oh, okay, so when I said this thing has a lot of scripts, that's one of them. It's an elevator. I read about it. It's a rotor-based elevator, I believe, unless that was the piston one. But I had no idea it would work that well, or be that seamless. So this has I picked this ship, to be perfectly blunt, because it looked awesome. I didn't really care about the functionality. Now, I'm super excited about the functionality. This thing is awesome. Alright, I love this as well. You guys know how much I love all the details that small grids let you do, and they did not disappoint here. We've got some seats and screens and doodads and bits and bobs. We got a bunch of texture panels here with a bunch of different galaxy pictures, and everything's really cool. You are a new captain now. You are a new captain. Oh, I guess it's our ship now. Congratulations to us. Who knew? We got a field promotion. Alright, so we have a cockpit here, which I'm guessing might actually be the main flight. Don't panic. Might be the main flight seat. Now, see, this right here. This is how we do it. I don't have to bring up the HUD while we're doing a nice showcase. I can just look down here. Aligner on, aligner off. Start landing, abort landing. So it has a landing script. Obviously, in this environment, it'd be difficult to test that. But it has instructionals here for landing. Apparently, it works really well. I've never actually tested it on any other ships, so I don't really know. But it's a script-based landing protocol, I suppose, I guess. And I think you're supposed to use the gravity liner and the cameras to find a spot where you want to land, and then you turn on the script, and it basically lands it for you. Now, the description said to turn off the lander after you loaded the game. So I'm going to do that. Or a liner, not lander. Don't know why, it just said bad things happen. So I already break enough things anyway, so I don't really want to help it do that. The script will help you to escape planet's gravity with maximum hydrogen savings. Automatic unlock landing gears, reduce speed before turning on. Abort will turn dampeners on, and make sure you have at least 50% hydrogen reserve. So that's another script that you can use to leave the planet, or a planetary atmosphere, I believe. Again, never really tried that before. I've never played around with the landing scripts and stuff. But I am far more intrigued by this elevator thingy mabobber, however this works. It's got my name in there. Have you been on Mars? No, I have not been on Mars. Oh, there it goes. That changed from new captain to that, so it must read your username. That's cool. I don't know how that works, but that's cool. Alright, so that's the elevator we came in. I will get back to my 10,000 subscriber thing in a minute, but there's a... I think there's a D missing in that. I think that's supposed to be bridge. So we have a kitchen here. Ooh, a kitchen with a nice view as well. And if you'll notice this seemingly angled view, I brought it up in my Let's Play episode, where things seem like they're slightly aligned. I don't believe that has anything to do with the build. I am about 85% sure, technically 87.3% sure, that it's part of the new update. And it has something to do with the character model, alignment, something, I don't know. Because you'll see this and it'll look like something's off, not level. And then you turn your jetpack on, you'll level it, and then when you let go, you're fine. But when you move back around and you run all over the place, when you come back, it'll be at a little bit of an angle again. I don't think that has anything to do with the build, because the angle changes. So I'm pretty sure it's something to do with the character in the way that they did something in the new update, because it wasn't there before. So if you're seeing that, it's probably not your fault. Bedroom, I love this, by the way. I saw this in the thumbnail and it made me double take. So it's just an LCD screen with a texture image of a bookshelf. But how cool is that? I think that's really cool. It gives the illusion of having a bookshelf like recessed into the wall. I thought that was really neat. Very interesting place to put a bed. Is that what this is? Yeah, so this is your bed. I mean, can't knock the view, so that's kind of cool. And then we have our desk here with all of our bits and bobs, and then it goes back out to that door where we were at before. And I guess all this is depressurized because of this door being open and that one being, everything's open. It's almost like they set this build up for me, and I'm not just saying that because the LCD screen had my name on it, but it's like they left all the doors open, there's like 4 different places you can enter from, it's easy access. It's like they just wanted me to showcase this build. So we have the water closet, shower, the cryo, med bay this way. Not in that order. Heaven forbid you get that mixed up and you do the cryo bay before you do the water closet stuff. That is, or shower. That could have some lasting repercussions. So we have the med bay here. We have our oxygen storage back here. This would be, I'm assuming, the water closet, with an empty button for show. I guess that's the flush and toilet paper rack. Though, I really hope that that's on purpose and that wouldn't be something that, like, oh no, that's not the water closet, that's a little maneuvering thruster, because that could, that could end poorly. I don't know what this is. I guess this is supposed to be the shower? Oh, I get it, the drain. Okay. With all the stuff on here, I wasn't sure if it was another elevator thing or a pit, but yeah, it's supposed to be the drain. That's a cool little effect. I never even would have thought to do that. Alright, so I think we've explored the interior for the most part. I just want to check this thing out one more time, because I don't know how this works. Oh, well, there you go. I messed it up. So it's got a sensor, it looks like, from the top and the bottom. And it's on a rotation. That's a cool way to do an elevator. Who'd have thunk it? I mean, besides the person that wrote the script and the person that built the ship, but, I mean, besides them, who'd have thunk it? Oh, okay. I don't know how you're supposed to get down here, so I saw a door and I went with it, but, so this is the escape pod. Okay, this is probably the way you're supposed to go. probably where the big sign that says escape. I thought of that as soon as I started walking up that ramp. I realized that there was that signal back there. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to do... No, crap. Everything in this build is freaking automated. Come back! Well, I guess that's going to do it for this one. Oh! I guess it's really going to do it for this one. It's carrying me away and it exploded. So, yeah, well, that'll about wrap it up for this one. Goodbye, Frozen Lake. See you later. Yeah, so you have a cryo bay here. We've got some buttons. There's the merge block. Oh, this is very useful since it just kind of activated automatically. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this one, I guess. Let's go on to the next one. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't leave you on that note. Well, it would have been a funny one to leave on, but I hadn't actually tested out the flight mechanics and stuff for the ship, which I wanted to do. So, let's head back over here to the bridge. And I guess you might... Unless this is a landing seat. It looks like this might be... Yeah, that's the camera for the landing view. Okay. So that's the landing seat. So that makes this the actual flight seat, I'm guessing. There we go. Alright, whoop. Okay, so we have gyroscopes on and off. Why you would turn them off, I don't know, unless it's related to the script stuff. So we have a drill. The drill camera, I guess, is... Somehow the drill thing refills your hydrogen. Don't know how that works. It wasn't very descriptive in the description, but for people that are familiar with the script, they might understand that better. We have the landing camera, the hangar script, hydrogen thrusters for all of them. I guess you can toggle them on and off. Jump drive settings, some other group that doesn't look like it's there, and that's about it. Alright, so in terms of maneuverability... Oh, there's the... Okay, so there's the escape pod that we launched out of, and then there's a hangar down here that we entirely missed. How I missed that, I have no idea. But, yeah, so there's a whole hangar down there, I guess, that we missed. And I'm not really sure what this guy up here's for. I guess that's the welder arm thing. I don't really know what that's for, to be honest. We'll check that out in a second, I guess. So in terms of speed, actually it moves really, really good. It accelerates pretty good. The lateral rotation is a little on the slower side, but I don't think that can be helped. That's gyroscope-based, I believe. But acceleration and maneuverability is really nice. So this would be a pretty fun ship to fly around, actually. We'll wait till she slows down. Okay, so my next hunt is to find this hangar. This is so cool! And it actually really doesn't stutter or lag too much. It's really, really neat. I have no idea how they set this up, but it's really cool. Oh, here's probably the way to the hangar. Maybe. So this is a piston elevator. They're both run. I don't know what the difference... Actually, all three of them are... Oh, maybe floors. Let's try that out. So 2. See if we go down... Oh yeah, I totally wasn't done with this ship. Holy crap. There's like a whole other area that I entirely missed. Drill standby, past launches, 34, last mine done at 100%. So... I guess this is all the drill controls. Expected amount of extracted ice, enough for refuel. We have a start and abort button for the drill. Again, not really familiar with how the drill works. Ooh, a small grid spotlight. Oh, that's cool. We've seen the large grid ones that put out a lot of light, but these are actually a little bit more dramatic. Drill standby, past launches, etc. Mind controls. Wow. Yeah, I cannot believe that I was almost... Like, I was contemplating. Air hangar energy. Okay. I was actually contemplating like moving on from this build on that escape pod incident because I thought it would be funny. But I'm glad I didn't. I missed like a whole heck of a lot of stuff on this ship that I still hadn't shown yet. I'm glad I decided to come back and try and fly the thing. Okay, that went back up. I have a suspicion. Oh, wait, maybe this is the third floor and that's the second one, so it's still... Okay, so one should take us all the way to the bottom. Maybe? I thought at first it might be like the top was the first floor, but nay. Negative. That's actually a really cool... However, I think that was said to be a script as well, but using the blast doors to make the elevator thing's a really cool idea too. Works really well. And then we have a call button, it looks like. And all that ties in the... This is actually a really big ship on the inside. Like, it doesn't look that big on the outside, but it actually has a lot of room. Switch lock, up, down... Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. Piston height, 0.9 meters, 3... Up and down. Okay. What piston are we talking about, though? Is it this... Let's find out. Let's do down. Oh, and then it reads out the distance. It's at 1.3. That's convenient. Is it stuck, or does it just... as far as it goes? I guess that's as far as it goes. Maybe. Then there's a landing clamp, it looks like, for... Wait, that should probably come down, too. Landing gear unlock, connector unlock. That's up and that's down. So I feel like these should be extending more. All these say hangar scripts. Doesn't tell me how to use them properly. But there is a piston. It's hard to see with these spotlights, but there's a piston attached to this landing gear right here. But I did not see a way for that to work. Maybe it's based on the sensor. But I'm guessing that's to hold it in and then you can connect it to the, well, the connector. Oh, there's a piston down there too. I'm not really sure how all of this works, to be quite honest. And I don't think I'm going to figure it out. So there is a rover hangar here, and there are some connection stuff as well that can be utilized. How exactly they're supposed to be done and how to do that, I'm not real clear on at the moment. And I don't really know how the drill thing works. I just know that in the description it's mentioned the drill was used to restore your hydrogen, I believe it was. So now we're probably done with this build. So on that, we're going to wrap this one up, and let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, so next up we have the Allegiant Defender class Battlecruiser, I think. These next two, including this one, was actually ironic, because both of them I would have picked anyway, but they were also sent to me as kind of like a, hey, would you want to showcase these? And both of them, I actually, this one I picked before I actually read that comment. I saw it on the workshop, I was like, oh, I'm going to use that one, and then I realized it was something someone had sent to me already, so great minds think alike. And the last one for this episode is going to be another one of those, only I didn't actually see it firsthand, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, I totally wanted to do that one too. So, the description was a little lighter in terms of functionality. It really lists a lot of the stats of the ship, so how much cargo capacity and how many weapons and things like that, but in terms of all the bits and bobs and what everything does, not so much. So if I screw something up, probably likely, you know, just take that for me being me. I really like the design, though. I love these angled panels. I've always liked this kind of stuff. I'm not really 100% sure of how you really do them, other than this top one looks like it's done with ramps. I'm not sure if this one is done the same way or if it uses the rotor technique. It looks more like a rotor. Usually these are done, there it is. Usually they're done with a rotor somewhere and it puts it at an angle and then you use regular steel. But I have to give credit where credit's due that this lines up almost perfectly in terms of angle with the ramp. So it really looks like it's, I mean, it really looks like it's supposed to be there and you're not rotating anything. But I really like the angular top parts that I've seen, not only in this one. I really like how this one is done, but I've seen it in a couple other ships. But there's a lot of stuff under here that you wouldn't normally see, like this stuff, this running light, that's really cool. There's a weapons system down here. There's like 4 different, I think I count 4 rocket launchers. It looked like a camera, probably so you can see where you're aiming. There's a lot of this detail stuff, though, down here as well that I think could go unnoticed because it's kind of under the armor. I don't know if this is a... Oh, this actually looks like a custom thing. All of these are modded, or modless, but it looks like this one might have been done using SE Toolbox or something to do some block modifications. Possibly. Only because that landing gear is like inside another block. So that makes me suspicious. I wasn't sure if these were like drones or something at first. They look more like just mounted cannons on the side, so I don't think those are detachable drones. There's a couple of things like this one down here that also look like one, but the more I look at it, the more I think that is actually built into part of the ship. But it looks pretty cool. It looks like there might be some kind of drone thing that could detach from there, even though there's not. But there's a lot of detail work down here. These little grooves, the little nub things on the edge here, all that stuff really is for cosmetic, as far as I can tell. And so it'd be easy to pass by that and just look at the top and not really go under there. I'm actually most impressed with those running lights on the bottom. That's something I really could see going unnoticed, but are actually a cool effect. There's a lot of turrets up here as well. It definitely lives up to the Battlecruiser thing. This looks like a custom turret. Probably controllable through a remote block, I would imagine. There's the camera for it. So that's very, very nicely done. I like also, again, I like the angle, but I don't know how they did this wing. Because this is really cool. I'm terrible with angles in Space Engineers when I do my own builds. I can't ever get angles to do and line up the way that I want them to. And this is kind of a double angle, actually. So I'm really not sure how they pulled this off, because this is really neat. Looks like the rotor's over here somewhere. There it is. So... Oh, okay. It's a multi-rotor. That's how they... Okay, let me see if I can get down in here so you guys can see it a little better. So it's a multi-rotor system. That's how they ended up getting it to do the rotation and then a second rotation. Or maybe even a third, now that I'm looking at it. There might be one... Nope, that ties into an actual block. Okay. So yeah, that's how they got the... Because I was kind of looking at this like, well, that's like a angle within an angle. How do you pull that off? So that kind of stuff is really, really cool, but I'm not good at it at all, so I'm always impressed with that. I also like these little... I say little, they're actually huge, but these nacelle-type side pods for the engines. I like that effect a lot. I think it makes it look a bit more artistic when you do that, as opposed to a ship being all one shape when you actually have these little engine pods on the side and stuff. So overall, I'm really impressed with the exterior design of this. I think this is really cool. Let's go ahead and get on inside and see how it fares. I'd like the landing pad here. I like a lot of this stuff that feels kind of utility-based, like it's functional. You get down here and this could be like your maintenance area. It's really neat. And I do apologize if my voice sounds weird today. I have been doing a lot of talking and my voice is actually pretty strained right now. So if I sound a little bit on the hoarser side or something's off, that's why. It's not your ears. It's me. Alright, so it does have a auto repair system. I don't know exactly to what extent does that, or if it's just for the reactor or what. I really like the color in here, actually, and I know all of the color and stuff I'm going to have to get re-used to because of the new visual update and everything. All the paint and colors and reflections and stuff have changed with the new update. But overall, I really like this color palette. I think it works really well. This kind of like deep burgundy type color. I think it works really good. I think all these are batteries as well. They are. That's one way to use batteries, make them part of the decor. It kind of just looks like lights in the floor, but it's actually batteries, so that's a cool effect. Very stylish while also having that utility type feel. I think that's kind of cool. Alrighty, well, let's move on. So many doors, so much gas. Alright, so we're up here. Oh, this is kind of cool. I love these little catwalk things. That's kind of neat. Yeah. Vent all you want. Alright, so now we're in more of the main fuselage of the ship, I suppose. That would be the other entrance to the hangar. Got a panel readout here that's kind of going a little bananas. Not really sure why, unless it's just set up to auto-scroll or something. We have a pathway going over here, but not one on the other side, which intrigues me. Where's this go? Okay, this goes out to the top deck by that turret. There's a door here for storage, looks like. That's a very efficient storage room. Just kind of it's not because it looks like mine in my Let's Play at all. That's not why I like it. It's not. It's just, it's an efficient, no-nonsense storage room. It looks good. I think it's a brilliant design. Let's move on. So, that looked like the programming room. We have a little medical bay over here. And where does this go? Also outside. I just don't know where this comes out. It looks like the back. Oh, there's actually a little connecting pad out here. Well, that's cool. I think I missed that when I was flying around up top. Alright, so now we end up over here. So this goes to the bridge. Actually, I kind of did this wrong. The bridge was the place I wanted to end up last. But oh well. Alright, so we've got a couple of co-pilot seats and then the main flight seat. We're going to come back to that because I usually like ending on flight tests and weapon tests and things like that. Now I just have to find my way back. This kind of loops. This is an interesting hallway design too, that it's not symmetrical. It's not like there's a path on both sides. You kind of have to go, it like wraps around. That's kind of neat. Kind of like that. I normally design things symmetrical, so I wouldn't have thought to do that. This is kind of cool, though. Again, an interesting use of batteries. Oh, there isn't much interior left. Oh, I thought I was missing stuff. So there's a giant hydrogen tank there. I also like this, the use of the catwalk to kind of cover up the connector. It's a neat little trick. Alright, well, I guess I can go back to the bridge at this point then. I thought I was missing more down that hallway. Apparently not so much. But this is what I was talking about, how there's a pathway here, and instead of there being one over here, and instead of there being a hallway like this on the other side, it's kind of like it wraps around, which is an interesting idea. It's kind of cool. Alright. So, I do like how, even though it's like a Battlecruiser, I like how it has kind of a fighter look to it. It looks kind of more like a jet, which is kind of neat. I think that's cool. So you have our rocket launchers. I'm guessing that's the actual fire sequence. It might actually be to turn them on and off. I think that's going to be that view, probably. The antenna, the beacon, jump drives, connectors, the auto repair system. We got all our turret controls, the hangar camera view, left turret, right turret controls, camera landing pad. Okay. Left and right turret, but I don't see one for the top. So I wonder how that one's controlled, or if it's just auto. So if I turn this on, yeah, that's a fire sequence. Oh, and there's... it fires those side turrets as well. That's interesting. So definitely have some firepower out of the nose. And for a cruiser, the turning and stuff is pretty smooth and pretty quick. For a cruiser size, the speed's a little on the slower. A little bit on the slower side, but again, it's a cruiser, so it's not going to speed up and slow down like a fighter, even though it looks kind of like a fighter. Deceleration takes a minute, so it's not going anywhere fast, but it's going to look cool while it's moving. Because I definitely do like this ship. It really looks neat. On that, we're going to wrap this one up, and let's move on to the last one. Alrighty, so last but oh so certainly not least is the Undying. Now, the first thing I have to say about this ship is it is a pre-release, so the interior is not done, and some parts of the exterior were not finished as per the description. But for the most part, it was released as is for now until the builder actually has the notion and the better equipment to finish the ship. But overall, this has got to be one of the coolest looking ships I've seen in a long time in terms of exterior. Obviously, we can't speak to the interior because it's not there, but I mean, it has a giant, like, villain face on the front. Complete, if I can see correctly, with like, using the hangers almost looks like teeth kind of thing. That's so freaking cool. It kind of reminds me of, like, if Megatron's face from, like, the new Michael Bay movies type of thing, and Unicron's color scheme along with the ship designs from, like, I don't know, Warhammer, all that had, like, a baby kind of thing, and it turned out super awesome. That's kind of what I see here. I love the integration of these faces, honestly. Like, at first I didn't realize how many faces there were on this ship, and then as I fly around, I keep seeing different spots. And I'm like, oh, that kind of looks like a face. Oh, it is a face, you know. That, and I absolutely love, cannot get enough of these castle peaks. These, like, tower thing. It looks like a flying cathedral. Or castle, or something. Villain lair? I don't know. Whatever it is, it looks awesome. So yeah, this was another one that got sent to me. I think it was the comments of my last episode or one of my Let's Play episodes. I don't remember where it was actually from, but it was like, would you be interested in doing this? I took one look at the screenshot and was like, yes. Yes, I will do this, because this looks awesome. And I really probably would have picked it anyway, if it's so unique. It doesn't look like most other ships. It's not even trying to look like, you know, what I could see a ship looking like in 20 years. It's like going full sci-fi, and I love it. There's a lot of turret things on the outside. I don't know, with the lack of interior and stuff, if there's going to be any, like, fire control type stuff or anything, or if it's all just going to be automated turrets. I do believe that there's rooms. That's just a guess. I'm guessing that there's areas. Ooh, it got dark. I'm guessing that there's areas for the interior that's just, it's not done type of thing. This clearly looks kind of like a throne room. Not sure if this is a... That must be the back of the thrusters. So this is probably going to be where you fly the ship from, I imagine. Which is appropriate. It's like flying from the throne room. Very cool. I see windows here. So let's investigate. So we've got some interior space here. Is this windowed off? Oh my, no, this keeps going. Okay. So there's more space down here. So this is probably something... Oh, we got a little opening that would need to be filled. This is probably one of those, if you're looking for a ship and you're like, I'm decent with designing the inside, but I don't really know what to do with the outside, probably a good pick. Again, looks like some of this stuff still is exposed, though that might have been left open for your, you know, however you wanted to close it off, or if you did at all. Looks like it might be intentional, because this is all like maintenance looking. Man, this ship is huge! Like, I didn't think there would be this much space on the inside of this thing. This thing goes on forever. I realize that some of this is guts, and you'd probably want to cover it up. Some of this is intended to be open. But yeah, I realize that some of it is kind of like the inner guts of the ship, and you would probably seal up a lot of it. But still, there's just so much empty room here. There's so many things you can do with it. You have like almost reminds me of like a traditional captain's quarters off the back of the ship kind of thing with that window. That's what it reminds me of. So yeah, the interior is very sparse, but it's got a lot of potential for you to do whatever you wanted with it. It's just a lot of big open areas, so it's really not restrictive very much. But like I said, that being said, the big pull for the quote-unquote inspiration side of this build was the exterior. If I can actually get out of here at some point. And this, where's this go? Okay, this was that window we saw back there. Okay, I gotcha. And then, wait, Where did I come in from? Oh, I came in from over there. I got turned around, so there's more this way. Okay, well, there's a hangar here, so you could convert the... Well, it's kind of already a hangar, I suppose. It's got connectors and hangar doors and stuff, but if you wanted to dress it up a little bit. This is without my headlamps, so there's a lot of light in this area. There's also... yeah, okay, so this is an overview area for the hangar. And this goes up another... And this goes back outside, hence the doors. It would work like a... Oh, that is a full airlock. Okay. I thought there was only one layer door there. Whoa! Sorry for making everybody dizzy. I blame mag boots. Alright, so this gets back more into the guts, but it has an opening there for other rooms. This interior just goes on for days. Like, where does it end? I keep thinking I reached the end of it, and then I just find more rooms. I think we've actually seen the end at this point. I think this is the last room. Maybe? Because this is going to go back up to the top, right? Right. Haha! Success! We've seen it all. I think. Probably not. Yeah. Definitely not. Because I didn't see this hangar down here. Where is this thing? Oh, okay. This connects down in over here. Okay, so we did kind of see it. I just didn't know what I was looking at. Got it. So yeah, there is a lot of space to work with if you actually were looking for something to do the interior of, but I love the exterior design. I like the, predominantly the main head feature as like a hangar and stuff is cool. The overall design of the ship, not one thing, but just all the pointy edges, this like ribbing going on is cool. I love all the skull faces. It definitely... I say definitely, but you probably wouldn't want to use this as a hero ship. It's a little bit more on the villain, maybe anti-hero. But it leans a little more towards a villain-type ship, or maybe a pirate or something, but probably not the good guy. Just a theory. I mean, you can do it however you want, but I just wouldn't expect it. But yeah, I love the whole flying castle kind of look to it. It's really, 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 really cool. The last thing we'll do, since we did explore the interior and stuff, or what's there, I do want to see how it flies. Oh, shut up, you're fine. Let's see how she flies, though. Holy crap, I did not expect it to accelerate that quickly. Good grief. Okay, this thing has a lot of thrusters on it then, because that took off. Alright, turning is a bit more in line with what I was expecting, which is slow and sluggish for a big battleship like this. So that makes sense. The acceleration was surprisingly fast. And it looks beast. Like, that's a lot of thrusters. That's pretty awesome. It doesn't look like we have a weapons group. I don't know if there's actually... Is there any rocket launchers on here or not? Yes, there are. Alright, so we have the broadside ones out of those skulls. And then it looks like we've got some off the side of the skull face on the front. So you do have broadside cannons and you do have front cannons. So, yeah. Basically, it's awesome. That's my final verdict on it. This thing's a beast, and it's really, really cool, and it looks good doing it. There was one thing on the bottom. I don't think I really looked too much on the bottom of the ship. There's a lot of the scaffolding type stuff, which is really cool looking too, but I like this little thing. No idea if it serves a purpose or not, but I love this little, like, scaffold thing that ties into all these castle things. It's just really cool. I realize this episode's a little bit longer, but I took a little bit more time with each build. And like I said, just wrapping things up again for this episode is that I really appreciate everybody getting us up to 10,000 subscribers. It's really cool. Space Engineers Inspiration Series is probably pretty much by a wide margin my most viewed series, so it's where I reach most of the fan base. So I'm going to throw this out here is let me know, leave a comment or a message or something if you have any personal preferences or suggestions or ideas for a 10,000 subscriber special video. I'm leaning towards some form of live stream. As to what game it is and what we'll be doing in that game, I don't really know. At the moment, I'm currently doing Stationeers, Space Engineers, Elite, stuff like that, so probably one of those three. If I actually did a live stream thing, it'd probably be one of those. If I did something different, then I don't know. But just leave your suggestions in the comments. I may do a special video, so if you missed this and you didn't get this memo, don't worry about it. So on that note, we're going to wrap things up here for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.